Welcome back, everybody. And today we are cruising over in North Korea. We are going over a decommissioned slave labor camp. And so all the prisoners have, I don't know, I think they got shot or something. I'm not really sure what happened. Or I'm just full of shit. Anyway, this actually is an abandoned factory in Hamilton, Ontario. It used to make fleshlights and dildos back in the 70s. And I don't know, they went out of business kind of with the internet and things evolve, I guess, and people just didn't want that anymore. So now there's like if you walk around like the grounds and stuff, like there's old fleshlights. Some of them actually looked used. It was pretty disgusting. So I think I fly over and you can even look at a few of them. Okay, once again, I just totally made all that up. I do apologize. I'm sorry. I'm just excited to have a drone again. So yeah, just ignore me and enjoy the footage of this pretty banged up building. I don't actually know what they really did with it. What I do know is that they're doing a bunch of construction next to it, and it's been many years since the first time I saw this, and I've never known what it is. There's going to be a name on the building, and if anybody wants to do a little research, you're more than welcome to figure it out and comment it below. I was way too lazy to get into all that research. So I will let you know, though, that in this flight, there's actually going to be like I'm going to go around the building twice because what happened was I took off, started recording, and then I'm going around and I didn't realize at some point I must have hit the stop button when I was trying to adjust the gimbal or something like that. And so when I look down and I notice that my screen is not recording, I'm like, oh, well, what the hell am I supposed to do now? And so I go back and I fly around the whole thing again. And then after I was actually done with all my flight and everything like that later on, looking back over my footage, I realized, oh, actually, I did get the beginning of it. Anyway, long story short, you kind of get to see a couple of the spots a couple of times, but whatever. If you don't like abandoned shit, you don't even have to watch it. Whatever. You can just get the hell out of here right now then. No, I'm joking. Watch the video. Like I make AdSense money if you the longer you're here. So um, while we're on that topic, I would appreciate anybody that wants to click the like button because that does help my videos, become discovered. And basically, I was doing pretty good on YouTube a few years ago, making all kinds of videos, and I got up to like 13,000 subscribers. I was actually making, all right, little pocket change, you know what I mean, off of the videos. Like there was months where I made $500 a month off my videos. Um, I know it's kind of taboo. You're not supposed to talk about this crap, but anyway, now I get like $70 a month or something. But I haven't really uploaded a ton of videos in the last few years. But this year, I'm trying to revive my channel. I've got my reef tank I'm making videos of. I've got my drone. Um, I don't know, whatever else I come up with, I'll make videos. If you guys have ideas of stuff that you think that I should do, maybe I'll do some truck burnout videos or something. Maybe some off-roading. We'll try to come up with some cool stuff for you guys. And anyway, that being said, these things here are what made me think of like a concentration camp or something. These little things look like the dormitories, which I was on Google Earth flying around North Korea the other day. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say what's what, I guess, over there. But I watch a lot of documentaries. We're completely off topic. So just the topic no longer has to do with the factory. Okay. Just so you know. Yeah, checking out some buildings over there. And then that gets us on the topic of like something I can't even wait for. I don't know if any of you guys have even checked this out or whatever, but Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is coming out at the end of this year. So it kind of sucks that they called the game 2020, but it doesn't actually come out till the end of the year because they might as well have called it Microsoft Late 2020. But anyway, if you watch the trailers for this game, like it's just insane. Like there's actual like snow like this in game. The graphics are really, really good. There's like 40,000 airports in the game. And they're saying essentially every single building on Earth is actually mapped into the game. Like they're using Bing Maps and they're just overlaying it or something. I don't know, whatever they're doing. And then they planted like 1 billion trees in the game, like for stuff that wasn't picked up quite properly by satellites. They actually painstakingly went through and like placed trees where they belong or something. I don't know. You guys got to watch the videos on it. It just looks insane. So when that comes out, there will definitely be Microsoft Flight Simulator gaming videos coming on my channel. I want to sit in my living room and like fly from wherever, Toronto Pearson Airport down to Miami or wherever, and you actually get to do it like in real time, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm guessing like if it's a 4 hour flight, you actually legit sit there for 4 hours flying over. And yeah, anyways, it just looks really cool. So that's enough of that. So this building, we're back on this topic. Basically, up here ahead, I'm not sure if this is where I'm going to look down, but somehow it looked like rabbit prints on the roof of the building. So I'm not sure what else it could have been. Maybe a raccoon, I don't know. But it just reminded me, it looked kind of like rabbit prints. I'm going to look down at it at some point. And I was like, well, how the hell would a rabbit get up on the roof? And then it kind of reminded me of my buddy Mikey. He, back many, many years ago, he lived in an apartment and something got into the garbage on his balcony. And he was convinced a rabbit had got onto his balcony and chewed apart his garbage, like 8 floors up. So you never know. There might be like a Spider-Man rabbit. It's possible. All right. So I've never stepped foot in this building. I love exploring abandoned places, and I watch a lot of my local YouTubers, Uncharted Travel. I watch Freaktography. I also watch like Exploring with Josh and the Proper People, and a bunch of other ones. I love exploring abandoned shit. My problem is that I think like as I'm getting old, and I'm like old as shit now. Like I turn 40 in a few weeks, so yowza! In case everyone wondered how old I was, that's how old I am. I'm really old and decrepit. No, as I get older, it's like my balls are shrinking, and I don't know, like I end up worrying about going into some place and getting caught, um, which really sucks because abandoned places are everywhere in Hamilton, Ontario. There's the damn prints. Have a look. You guys tell me what you think. Um, but I mean, like driving across the city of Hamilton, you pass by 100 abandoned places, and like they're abandoned, but they're not. Like the city had bought up all this property or Metrolinx anyway. They were supposed to put in streetcars across the city or something, and it got canceled. But now all these buildings are just sitting dormant all over the place that were supposed to get bulldozed down. And not only that, like in the countryside, I see houses all the time, or hotels. And I was out in Brantford and I seen a hotel that's like all empty, and restaurants. I know where a few restaurants are. And I don't know why all of a sudden one day I just got it in my head like that I was going to get caught. And then so like I've Googled it before, and on Google, in Ontario at least, it says that if you go into an abandoned property, which, and then it talks about like the definition of abandoned, there'd be no power. It's got to physically look abandoned, like, broken windows, and obviously nobody's working or living there or anything like that. It seems that if you do it during the day, the worst thing that'll happen to you is a $50 ticket. And even then, they have to have the owner authorized for them to issue the tickets. They got to track down the owner and stuff. If anybody knows if there's any truth to that, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. I don't really know. That's just what I read on Google. But I kind of wanted to use that as my comfort to go and go and explore some of these places, because it's a shame when they get ripped down, and I don't know. The problem is, and I don't blame people for doing it, is like, so when I watch my guys, let's just say I watch one of my local guys, Freaktography, or the Uncharted, they're very careful not to tell you the location, and they do that because they don't want people breaking in and smashing the place and all that. It makes sense. This one, I don't mind telling people it's on Aberdeen in Hamilton, Ontario, and I don't mind saying, because it's huge. People, thousands of people drive by it every day. It's not a big secret, like a house in the woods that's sitting in pristine condition. I get why they don't reveal that, but anyway, the point was, though, is that from the road, I don't know if I've already seen the inside of this building in one of these guys' videos or not, because they don't tell us where they are. So I really wanted to go in here. I was kind of wanting to pull the drone up close enough to try to look in a window or something, or a hole in the roof. But this is the Mavic Mini. So range is not quite as good as the Mavic Pro or any of the other Phantom series or anything like that. So I'm a bit nervous of that. Well, I guess while we're talking about that, I'll talk about that. This is my kind of like my first real flight with my Mavic Mini, and so I'll give you my impressions on it. Is one cool little drone. It's cool. The flight time's pretty good. This flight, like altogether, was like 14 minutes or whatever, and I still had like 57% battery or something like that. So I know flight time's going to be good. Video quality, it's 2.7K. Um, I'm okay with that. Like, it's good enough. I'm not that picky, so it's good enough video quality. One thing I do find though, and I've got to figure out if it's maybe because I'm in the 2.4 gigahertz and then there's like 5.8. I'm not sure which one I should be in. Is that even when I'm not that far away, I find a bit of like there's like very split second, but like freezing in the screen, and it might just be because I have other programs open on my phone. I'm not really sure what causes it. So it's something that I've got to be aware of, and so I got to make sure I'm not flying in a manner that split second would be the meaning a crash or not. So I have not had a single disconnect yet. I've not had a black screen. I've not, and like I got my truck is behind the building. Like when I'm facing the other way, you can't even see my truck. So I was like behind the building, and I managed to maintain signal, so that was good. But I'm used to my Mavic Pro that had crazy range. Let's be honest; those things are just amazing little machines, and I don't expect that out of this at all. I expect a good little quality drone, and it seems like it is so far. And I can't really wait. Looking forward to putting it through its paces and bringing to you guys lots of content. And I'll always try to, you know what I mean? I like cinematography, like, flying low by the lake, but normally I'd rather try to find something like this to show you guys or something to talk about. I really enjoy making these vlogs, and it seems that, the people that do watch them seem to enjoy watching them. So most of the time I get positive feedback, and there's me in my truck. I like to sit in my truck. That was another issue, though, that it could be, is that I'm sitting in my truck when I'm flying. Because after work, I did another quick flight, kind of from down the mountain, Hamilton, to up the mountain, and just it wasn't too far, maybe a kilometer or whatever it was. But the screen had kind of done that again there. But I am sitting inside my truck, and I do that because I'm used to it from my Mavic, my other Mavic, sorry. And yeah, anyway, so maybe I just gotta learn how to get out and be in the cold. Maybe that's the problem. Um, so here, like nobody was driving past me for like the longest time, and then as soon as I want to land my drone in the middle of this nice road, don't all these freaking cars start coming through. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed this, which I will consider my maiden voyage, even though I did do a really short flight last night at Walmart parking lot. That was just to warm it up. That didn't actually count. So this was my first maiden voyage flight, and yeah, I was really happy with it. And it's a big crack in the road. Don't do crack. Um, That'll pretty much wrap it up though, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember, click the like button because it does help me get my videos out there. And the more money I make off these videos, and that's not my driver for making these, but the more I do, the more cool shit I will buy and invest into my channel. So that's the way I look at it. Stuff for the aquarium or drone stuff or driving, whatever. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.